you, and let me tell you, it's an honor, a privilege, and a responsibility to be here and address this committee and this important topic. And I'm here today to speak about my experience with Robert Roberson and learning about his case. And I want to talk about what I've done to be able to speak about this. I've reviewed the transcripts and supporting documents from his trial. I've done an intensive forensic interview with him, and I think I am in a position to do that because a lot of my career, decades, have been spent in the legal arena, both civil and criminal. And in terms of my training, so people know, I do have extensive training in clinical psychology and behavioral medicine or medical psychology from the great University of North Texas in their PhD program, and then I completed a postdoctoral fellowship in forensic psychology. And spent a lot of time working in the litigation arena for a big part of my professional career. And not to bury the lead, I am 100% convinced that we're facing a miscarriage of justice here. I say that because I do not believe that Mr. Roberson has had due process in this case. I do not believe he has yet enjoyed a fair trial in this matter, and I'll talk about that in detail. I believe that in the United States of America, if we are going to deprive someone of their liberty, that comes at a very high standard. If we are going to deprive someone of their life, that comes at a very high standard. A very high standard of proof, a very high standard of evidence, and when you say beyond a reasonable doubt, that's said so much that I think sometimes it can lose its meaning, and we have to really stop and think what that means. That means that if you have 12 people on a jury, that means that there should be nothing that 12 people can go in a room and reasonably disagree about. And that is a high standard, that there should not be anything that they would go in there and say, well, there's nothing here that we can reasonably disagree about. And I think that when we talk about due process and fair trial, that means that all the evidence, everything that is relevant and pertinent to that trial gets before the trier of fact, whether it be a judge or a jury, and that there's fair representation. And I certainly don't think that standard has been met here, that high standard by which we would deprive someone of their life has been met. And I think that the death penalty actually hangs in the balance here, because if we get this wrong in a case like this, I think that the death penalty could come under real attack. And there are circumstances where I personally believe that it is appropriate.